Hi guys, thank you so much again for joining me in this behind the scenes into coaching group just to get more information about what it is exactly we do as virtual health and fitness coaches and how that works and how you get paid from it and how it has changed my life and thousands of other people's lives as well. So this very first video is just going to give you really quickly a little background about my fitness journey and how I was introduced to these health and fitness programs to begin with. So it started 7 years ago after I had my daughter. She was my second child. I gained weight really quickly with her, and after I had her, it wasn't coming off. So like with my son, my first pregnancy, I didn't start showing until I was like 4.5, 5 months pregnant. With my daughter, I started showing at like 3.5 months, and I was like already in maternity pants. It was crazy. The weight came on fast, and much more of it came on. I gained more weight with my second pregnancy than I did with my first. To the point where I went to a doctor's checkup. It was later on in my pregnancy. I had to be like 8.5 months pregnant because it was when you start going every week. So I must have been kind of close to delivery. And I remember I had gained weight, and the doctor was like, "What have you been eating?" And so I was craving pound cake when I was pregnant with my daughter. Don't ask, I know, but I was craving pound cake, and I was working on my pound cake recipe. And so, I was eating a lot of pound cake, and the doctor was like, "What did you change in your diet?" And I was like, "Well, I have been working on my pound cake recipe, and I've been eating more pound cake than I normally do." And he was like, "Did you eat 6 pound cakes?" And I was like, "No." He was like, "You gained 6 pounds in the past week." And I was like, whoa, he was like, "Yeah, you might want to hold off on the pound cake." And I remember feeling so bad. I was like, oh my gosh, like 6 pounds in 1 week, geez. So that's just to tell you like how fast I was gaining weight. And I think I gained like 40 pounds, maybe 45 pounds with my daughter. So I was at my heaviest with her. And what really scared me is after I had her, the weight wasn't coming off. So there's mothers in this group, so you know that when you have a baby, you gain maybe from like 25 to 35 pounds depending on your body and the pregnancy. And some women gain more, but that's just like a roundabout how much you would gain during a pregnancy. And so I gained about 40 to 45. And what was really scary about that is my freshman year in college, when I was getting my physical for cheerleading, to do any athletics, you have to get a physical. And so I got my physical, and they found out that I was borderline diabetic. And so this was freshman year, so I was like 17, 18. And I was right there at the cusp of being diabetic, like right there. If my numbers were up like by one more point, then I would have been diagnosed diabetic. And so that was the kind of the start of me being aware of how important it is to watch what you eat and take care of your body and try to keep your weight at a healthy weight for your height. And so being the heaviest when I had my daughter, it kind of scared me a little bit because I was like, oh no, like I am already like, and that was let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that was just like 7, 8 years prior that they told me I was borderline diabetic. So now me being at my heaviest and knowing that I have this, thing that I have to watch out for with my health, it really scared me. And the fact that the weight wasn't coming off, I knew I had to do something. I had to do something fast. And it just so happened by fate, oh my goodness, I was changing my daughter's diaper at like 4 o'clock, 3:30 in the morning one morning. And I cut the TV on, and there was an infomercial on, and it was a fitness group, and they were talking about all of these different transformations that they were having and how, they never thought that they could be this fit and this ripped. And what really caught my attention is there was a woman who, was a mother of 4, and she was talking about how at her age and being a mother of 4, she never thought she'd be able to get in this type of shape, and she was in the best shape of her life. And I was thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm only in my 20s. I only have 2 kids. What is my excuse? Like I have no excuse. So I knew I had to try it. And I'm so glad that I did. I got my hands on the program, and I did the program for 60 days, and I was in optimal shape. Like the best shape I had ever been in my life. Like, I had always been active, but I had never been like athletic. Like, I was the type of girl like in PE class that, you know, could barely dribble the ball down the court, you know, like hitting my foot in the ball, you know, shooting out across the court. And you know, I think when I did my mile run, like, I barely passed. I came in at like 13 and a half minutes. And so the coach was like, okay, yeah, I'm not going to fail you. So, I mean, it was kind of bad. I did cheerlead in college, but I was never really, you know, I never really was like lean. You know, I've never been lean, like, ever, like not even when I was like a toddler or in elementary school. Like, I've always been on the thicker side and just not really athletic. And, you know, people in my family were built the same way. So I just kind of assumed that that's just how we are. We're not athletic. That's just the way my body is like, I'm big boned, I'm thick, you know. I'm just not that type of person, and I'll never be that type of person. And so that was what I kind of believed about myself. But doing that program completely changed the way I looked at fitness and the way I looked at nutrition, and it completely changed my body. And I never knew that by changing my diet like that, cutting out a lot of processed foods, can change me emotionally as well. I gained so much confidence. I had so much energy. I was able to chase behind, you know, my kids, who my son was 3 at the time and my daughter was about, you know, 6 months or so. So, you know, I had a baby and I had a toddler that I had to chase around and potty train. And doing this for myself helped me to be a better mother to my children, helped me to be it helped me to be a better wife to my husband, and helped me to be better to me and to think better of myself, and to do this not because it was like a chore and I hated it and oh my God, it hurts and I'm tired and I looked at it completely different. I was doing this because I love my body. I was doing this because I love my family, and I didn't want to be sick and I didn't want to be tired, and I wanted to be there for them and to be my best for them and to be my best for myself. And so I knew it was absolutely meant, and I was guided to that program. And it completely changed my life. And I'm so grateful I found it. That is how I was introduced to Beachbody programs and received my very first transformation. And I've had multiple transformations since then with my health and my fitness. And I'm just so grateful that I found it, because I could have been sick. I don't even want to think about what could have happened if I didn't do something about it and I didn't find that program. So I'm so grateful that I did. So that's my story, and that's how I got in on my fitness journey and started with my program, and it was completely meant to be, and I'm so happy it happened. If you have any questions so far about my story, about the program that I used, about the different programs, feel free to send a comment in the comment sections and ask me a question. I'm going to be checking the comment section after this video has posted to see what questions you guys have. If you don't feel comfortable leaving a question in the comment section, I completely understand. You can get in contact with me one-on-one through email or direct message, and I'll leave my email in the comments for those that don't have it. But I think everyone, if you're in here, you have my email, but I'll leave it just in case. Either way, get in contact with me with your questions. I look forward to answering your questions. I love what I do. This is my passion, and I'm excited to get to know more about you guys, and I look forward to speaking with you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.